So, this is the part where I would continue Goemon, except I think I'm not going to, because I've been looking at the game, and it seems like, well, let me turn this music off. It seems like you need to play through 8 loops to get the actual ending. Let's go ahead and look at the endings on YouTube. You know, it's kind of arguable, but where's that one long play? There it is. Yeah, the problem with this game is that it has 8 loops, so we were really close to the end of the first loop. We were really close. I wish I could have reached. I mean, I didn't know how close I was. I was like actually in the same corridor. Let's see, we were like, where were we? Oh yeah, right around here somewhere. Right, so this very hallway right here, we were actually here. I think we died, like, I didn't know where I was going, but I think I died right around here. I didn't make it to that door. So if you keep going to the right, the door to the end of the game, well, the end of a loop is right here. It's like we were like steps away from the ending. There's no boss, so if you just simply go through this door, you finish a loop. You finish one loop of the game, which are called provinces. Hey, Mr. Leo, what's up? How are you doing? How's it going? Yeah, I'm just explaining why I think we're going to be done with the Goemon game. Well, here's the problem, though. I was that close to the end of a loop, but I don't think that would have counted as beating the game, because the game has 8 loops, and I don't know. It just seems like doing one loop maybe is not enough in this game. Yeah, no, I was really close. So you simply walk in this room, and then you confront the Lord, and then when you do that, you won, and it shows you an ending. So here's the thing, though. This game, like I was saying, it has 8 loops. It is ridiculous. I agree, it is ridiculous. The 8 loops are essentially the same, except that the enemies get faster and stronger, and that's it. But there's like different. Notice how there's a password when you beat a loop. It seems like the reason why this game may have been 8 loops is because Konami was doing some sort of contest at the time, and like the first person. When you clear these loops, you get different passwords. It seems like the first person to clear all 8 loops might have won some contest or something. I'm sure that probably has something to do with it. Unless you can shorten the game with shortcuts. No. So this guy who does the long play of all 8 loops, he's playing through like a speed run. Like each one is taking him like less than an hour, and it still takes him 7 hours to do all 8 loops. That means for us it would take over 10 hours, 15 hours, 20. Plus, keep in mind that if you get a game over, you have to start entirely over from the beginning. Like, there's no continues. This isn't actually a password. Like, there's no password system in this game. There's no way to enter a password. So if you die and get a game over, this is purely for the contest, this password. If you die and get a game over, you have to start the whole thing over. Yeah, I think doing 8 loops is something no sane person would want to do now. Yeah, I mean, you could argue, I guess, that just simply doing one loop is enough, because the ending is essentially basically the same, and each loop is essentially the same game. The only thing that I think changes is just the enemies get faster. But there's some minor differences, like this little dance he does on the roof is slightly different each time, and when you confront the Lord, you get different text in each loop. And the other thing is, and then another thing is that each of the loops in this game actually have a different name. Like they're called provinces in the game, and apparently there's 8 provinces. See, ordinarily I would say one loop would be good enough, but since the game's story actually says that you have to clear 8 provinces to win, it kind of seems like, oh, sorry, who was that followed? I missed that. I'll try to catch it when it shows up down here. Oh, I missed it again. Thanks, Very Jim, for your follow. Yeah. Also, when you do clear 8, let's go ahead and skip ahead to the 8th loop here. So when you do clear the 8th loop, this last guy you meet, he tells you 5 to 6 max would be fine. It's funny. Congratulations, Goemon. You now rule all the land. And then you get a slightly different dance. This time he doesn't slip off the roof. This time he manages to stay up on the roof. And he does like little kisses. And then you get Finn, which only appears on the 8th loop. So, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things that's very arguable, but personally I feel like beating one loop may not necessarily count as beating the game. It doesn't really feel like it to me, so because of that, I feel like it's just not really worth it to like play through again. I feel like because I don't think I could in good conscience call it a victory anyway. So since playing through the game again, like, and completing a loop wouldn't really, like, we basically played through the whole game anyway. Like, I pretty much showed you guys almost entirely a loop. I just didn't quite get the ending thing, but I'm gonna say it's good enough, I think, and we're just gonna move on to the next game. I've already played this game 7 hours anyway, and I feel like maybe that's more than enough for this game. I think what we should do is just go ahead and rate it and move on to the next game. I love that Tommy Wiseau icon there. Yeah, so anyway, that's Goemon. Yeah, I don't really like the game structure either. I don't like that you have to do... I mean, it's a thing where I guess it's because they were doing some kind of contest, but still, it slightly bugs me about the game. The game itself, as far as rating it goes, it's still a high-quality game, especially for the time. It's very high quality. For now, like going back to play it now, as far as how well it holds up, I still think it's a cool game to play through. It's fun. It's cool to check out. And if you like Goemon games, you can see a lot of elements of the later games that are born in this game. Like, you know, all the shops. It has the mazes are in here. The power-ups, the secret passages with like the life extensions and the lucky cats and the money throwing. All the different characters, including the good characters, which you can pick up. Yeah, you know, it's more repetitive than the later Goemon games. It doesn't quite have the same creativity, but it's being the first game in the series. Like, what do you really expect? So I'm gonna give the game a 6, I think. And the music I'll give a 6 as well. The music is good, but it's not amazing. Like, there wasn't really a track that really stood out as being amazing, but the variety of music is nice though. Yeah, Abyssamaru was not introduced in this game. This game does have a 2-player mode, but if you play 2-player... Well, actually, I don't know. Let's check. I think if you play 2-player mode, you just both play as Goemon. I'm pretty sure. But I never actually checked. We should probably check that. Oh yeah, this guy's a thief. I read in a manual, and he actually steals money when you touch him. There's all kinds of weird mechanics in this game that we didn't even discover or know about. Those 2 enemies that look like they're carrying a cart, that's actually a taxi service. It's a renegade taxi service. And if the little K tag that I had in my inventory, that protects you from those guys from 5 hits from them. Okay, yeah, so the other player just plays as Goemon as well. So if they touch you and instead of doing damage to you, they actually warp you back to the beginning of the stage and subtract 30 of your health, unless you have that K tag. If you have the K tag, you can take 5 hits from them. And there's like a thief enemy that steals your money. That thing that I thought was a lighter, that like gray lighter looking thing, was actually a medicine vial, and it protects you from 5 units of damage from any enemy. It undoes it. Plus, supposedly if you have that item inside the mazes, you can look at a map at any time by pressing A and B and select or start or something. I'm not sure. There's like a secret code to like look at a map inside dungeons. There's things that, like, if we had known that, and if we had just kept a little bit more money for that final level, we could have just simply gone inside the maze. Apparently that final maze inside, that we just barely didn't have enough to go. If we had gone in that, we would have got a ton of money, and we probably would have won that loop easily. I'm not going to say won the game, because I still don't think it counts. Yeah, so anyway. That's Goemon. We played the game for 7 hours. I think that's plenty. You know, I would recommend for Goemon fans to check it out, but just keep in mind that, unfortunately, the game, the one thing it's lacking, it doesn't have bosses, like the modern Goemon games do, and it kind of is lacking a satisfying structure. Especially with the 8-loop playthrough thing and no bosses. It's a little bit of a drag. But the game is still fun, and I think it's worth checking out. I will say, though, although this game is good, not the best samurai game so far. Nintendo's Naze no Murasame Mysterious Murasame Castle is a better game. It's a better game of the same type. And I think it has better music, too. Despite this being a Konami game, and that game actually had bosses and a satisfying structure with an ending after 1 loop. So, if you have a choice between this and Mysterious Murasame Castle, I would definitely play that one, Nintendo's samurai game, first, because that game is better. And they're both difficult, but that game is a little bit more satisfying of a challenge as well. And I think we rated that as 7, right? Like 7 and a 7, because I think it should be better. Just double check what I rated. 8 and a 7. Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. So anyway, hey Floxit, what's up? Hey Max Money, Floxit. Yeah, we're done with Goemon. Hate to tell you. I'm gonna move on to the next game now.